Apologies make lousy parachutes.
So somehow it's another beautiful day in the Lone Wolfer neighborhood. But we are going to be in the garage for a short period of time because I'm having a little bit of an issue with my Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. It seems one side is not quite like the other anymore. Yeah. The interior part of the fairing, where the actual windshield connects to, has started to separate from the main part of the fairing. The She-Wolf and I were out for a ride on Sunday. It is Tuesday right now, and I heard a weird kind of like whacking noise. And I was like, I don't think that's good. So when we stopped, I looked and I found that this was, kind of separate. I ended up putting some duct tape on there just to get us home. Oh yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty annoying, but, adhesives fail. Things need to be, glued back together, maintained sometimes, and I wasn't too upset about it. So the first thing I did yesterday was I gave Memphis Shades a call, which at first I wasn't sure I had the right number as per usual because they don't actually say this is Memphis Shades when you call. It's just, hello? Psst. Life hack. If you own a business and someone calls, answer with the name of the business so they don't think they called the wrong phone number. So I told the woman who answered the phone what my problem was, and she was like, yeah, it sometimes happens, and understandable. Plastics tend to separate when they're, glued together. And I asked what product they recommend to, fix this issue. And she was like, oh, well, we use JB Weld Plastic Bond. And she was like, oh, I actually have some here on the desk. I can send it to you for free. So that statement tells me something. This is very common. So if you have any Memphis Shades product and there is bonded plastic, pay attention to it and be ready for this to fail, because the customer service lady keeps the stuff on her desk and will send it to you for free. For some reason, I had some around, and we're going to put it to work. I'm going to take the windshield off and put this aside. Shouldn't be too hard to come off. Just have 6 of these guys that got to come out. Probably should have done this before I took it off the bike. Going to give all this a bit of a cleaning using some simple green. Okay, if I can get this to focus right. I'm not sure if I should try to pry this completely apart and redo the whole thing, because this is not what you would call confidence inspiring. That is all the adhesive that I'm seeing inside here. It was right there, connecting right there. There ain't really any more inside here. Not exactly confidence inspiring. All right, let's read the instructions for plastic bonder from JB Weld. Instructions: prepare clean repair area of dirt, grease, oil, paint, rust, etc. After removing the replaceable cap, press down on plunger and squeeze equal amounts onto a disposable surface and mix thoroughly. I guess this is my tool to mix it thoroughly. Apply with an appropriate tool in an even coat. Oh, it might also be my appropriate tool to apply an even coat. Weld, bead, or extruded shape as needed. Dry. Sets in 15 minutes. Cures in 30 minutes. If temperature is below 40, then set time is longer. It's about 65 right now, so I think we are good. I am still not sure if I should try yanking this whole thing apart and doing the whole thing. Shoot. Okay, I have what I think is an appropriate surface. I have a mixing tool. I have a bunch of other mixing tools. And application tool, whatever. I decided that I am not going to try to take this all the way off. I'm just going to try to get it up underneath there and get it together and hope that it holds. Let's get to work. And I chose black because if I fuck up, it won't stick out as much. I kind of wish JB Weld provided a more precise tool than just a popsicle stick. It's not even a full-size popsicle stick. It's like a quarter of a popsicle stick. You know what? I'm just going to use these tools. So I got some spewing out the side here. All right, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try clamp this together here in place. Look around and make sure I don't have a bunch of stuff seeping out. Looks pretty good. All right, let's make sure we don't have a bunch seeping out all over the place. We are looking pretty good on this side and looking pretty good on this side too. So I'm going to leave the Road Warrior fairing on the bench right at the moment. Bonnie is just going to hang out with her bra off for a while. And yeah, hopefully this will solve the issue and get it all bonded back together. I hope. Maybe. We'll see. Time will tell. But yeah, JB Weld really has never failed me. Broken down after a long time, but for the most part it does its job. But yeah, I can't fault Memphis Shades for, you know, the bond, you know, releasing after a couple of years and going through a ton of weather. That just happens sometimes with bonded plastics. It's something that you really should expect and plan for. If you're handy and can fix stuff, awesome. If you're not, this is very simple and straightforward. And it's one of those things that if you do try it, I think there's a high probability, like 99%, that you will succeed. And this will raise your confidence in actually trying to tackle more complex tasks and will, you know, make you a better wrencher in the end and better tinkerer. All right, I'll let this set for about 40 to 45 minutes. Time to take the clamp off and see if it is going to hold. Drum roll. All right, seems pretty solid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here overnight and just kind of let it be and make sure it doesn't separate on its own without the clamp on there before I put it back on the bike. All right, so that concludes the plastic bonding of the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing, where the two pieces of plastic separated. I do think that I was lucky that it didn't just completely separate and fly off and I lost it. It does suck that it came apart, but plastic bonds do fail, just like welds can fail. Temperature variations going from hot to cold, snow, ice, rain, you know, all these different things. You know, even giant shifts in humidity can, you know, cause it to fail. It's just kind of something you gotta think about and worry about when you have two pieces of plastic bonded together. As of right now, they are holding. I am going to let it sit for 24 hours before I put it back on the bike and try to ride it with it on there. All right, so we are good to go. Back on the road. Green lights all around. No more separation. Yeah, a little ugly right there, but I can deal with that. It is pretty nice out today. It's about 65 degrees, so I might actually just go for a ride without the fairing on there. I don't do that very often because, well, I'm old and weak now, and I really like having the fairing on. But anyways, if you like this one, give it a big old thumbs up. If you don't, keep on trucking. If you have any comments about plastic bonding, Memphis Shades, Harley Davidson, Dyna switchbacks, emus, llamas, ostriches, capybaras, I don't care. If you want to talk about anything, hit me up in the comments below. And yeah, rock on.